Welcome everyone. My name is Natalie Guess and I'm the Director of eMerge Experience. Below my headshot there, you will notice my contact information. You'll see my contact phone number as well as email address. Should you have any questions about this webinar, you can email me at webinars@easyemerge.com. So today what we'll be covering, some goals that we're going to be going after are what makes a post good or bad, things to consider when you're making posts through your social channels and blog, some timing tips of when are the best ideal times to go ahead and post to your social channels and blogs, and then some tips around things that you can actually post over to your social channels or to your blogs. So to post or not to post, interactive marketing isn't just about the fancy designs and the templates that you can do to visually brand yourself online. It's also about what you're posting on your channels such as Facebook, Twitter, blogs, etc. One of the biggest mistakes that brands make is posting too much. In fact, one study showed that 73% of online users say they will unlike or unfollow brands for posting too frequently. Another study showed that 54% of individuals unsubscribe from email newsletters due to being flooded by content. So really, where's that happy medium? Well, that's what we're here to help you answer that and other questions today. So what makes a post good? Well, good is kind of a deceiving in its title. You might think a post is good, but your audience may have a completely different opinion. So it's really about the amount of interaction you get. So on Facebook, likes are the big seller. 79% of all interactions on Facebook are likes, which also create more exposure for your posts. On Twitter, it's all about retweets. On your email, it's how many times it was opened or how many links were clicked. And with your blog, it's how many times it was shared on social channels, visited, or how many comments it actually received. So good posts get lots of interaction. What I wanted to show and why I have this graph up is because when it comes to looking at what made your post good, you really need to look at the reporting and the data. And we're going to actually go through that a little bit further as we go along here. I'm actually going to log in to a few accounts and show you some things you could be looking at to see if you're getting great response. And it really will show you if you're having a good post or a bad post. So a good rule of thumb on Facebook, of course, is images and conversational posts that get you the most interaction. Because 1, people love to share and comment on pictures. 2, social media is all about the conversation. Share things that are relevant to your business, such as products. So think about your business and think about the products that you sell. So for us, it's eMerge. So I am going to post our product out there on all my social channels, on all my blogs, whether that be information pertaining to my product or maybe it's images of my product. If you're in real estate, maybe your product is going to be houses or condos or apartments, or maybe you do project management. So your product is going to be actually that listing that you have that you're going to sell and promote, that you're going to actually post to all of those social channels. So that's one option. So think about that, products. Services. Again, for me at eMerge, we have email, we have social, we have blogging, we have reporting and analytics, we have surveys and forms, we have text message capabilities. So things that make good posts for me are going to be the different services that we provide. So anything around letting my audience know all the different capabilities of services that I have or information about those services. So think about your business and the service that you provide to your clients and make sure that you're posting information about that. So if you're real estate, what makes you different? What sets you apart about the service that you provide? If you're in retail, think about the actual merchandise that you have and the customer service that you have and that you provide to your clients. So think about those things when you're going to post. Those are all considered good posts. Accomplishments. So all the different things and certifications or awards, anything that your business achieves are going to be great posts to share through your social channels. It's a way for you to inform the public about it other than a press release. And that kind of information is going to gain you comments. It's going to gain you shares. So make sure that, anything that you have that is an accomplishment or even a certification. So did you become a realtor? Did you become a certified short sales, real estate agent? So anything like that you have, which is an accomplishment, you definitely want to share that through all of your posts. Testimonials. These are fantastic posts. So, whenever you're working with a client, you want to make sure that A, written testimonials are fantastic, but B, also keep in mind about video testimonials. It only takes about 30 seconds, maybe even a minute, to get a video testimonial from your client. So having them explain how the process was, what their satisfaction level is, how it was to work with you as an agent or as a broker, or, anything that you can get from them, whether it's written or by video, is going to be a fantastic post. People love to look at videos and images. So again, if you have that written testimonial from a client, make sure that you're posting an image associated with it. So an image of the client or maybe an image of the property, something that is associated with that testimonial. For your videos, again, that's going to be simple, maybe just a short little description and then post the video on all your social channels and even your blog. Those are great ways to get the message out there, to get a post out there, and to get your users engaged. Staff bios. So think about the people that you work with. Do you have any assistants or marketing assistants? Or maybe it's even, do you work with title companies or appraisers? Anything that's going to help boost you as that resource, that educational resource, and that you are the expert in your industry. You want to make sure that you're providing all of those materials to your clients, to your users very easily. And this is another great thing that you can post as an idea when you're trying to scrounge around, you're trying to think of things that you can put out there as a resource for your clients. So you're online, you are online to engage your audience, yes, but you're also there to make money. So you can't expect the average reader to make a purchasing decision on what you offer if you haven't shown them what exactly that is. So another thing that I would like to share, especially for real estate, is going to be industry-related news. So these are also great posts. Again, anything that is industry specific. So how's the housing market in your area? How is, what was your latest sale? What is a good way that I could spruce up my garden? Anything like that that's going to help me improve my home to maybe sell later down the line is going to help you, and it's going to show that you are that educational resource. So with real estate, this is a great example because when you can share the good news of the housing market improving, you can plant that seed of interest in your readers' minds. For example, oh, my options are opening up. Maybe now is a good time to look into a new home. So these are different things that you can actually put out there to encourage people to start, coming back to your page, and encourage people to maybe look at, maybe now is a good time for me to buy, or maybe now is a good time for me to sell. So again, those are another great options for making posts to all your social channels and blogs. One thing to consider is, will I see them again? Will I see these users again? 70% of millennials who like a brand on Facebook rarely or ever return to it. So while being purposeful in your posts, you really need to give fans a reason to return to your page. Are you turning into a meme monster? 49% reported that over time the content became too repetitive and disinteresting. So don't just focus on talking about yourself or just the business online. Share interesting stories, shout outs to fans, fun tips or tricks, and other kinds of information to keep your content fresh. So again, whenever you're being able to share stories about your clients, you can tag them in posts, anything that you can do that takes the focus maybe actually off of yourself or off of your specific business, but that you become that resource that people want to come back to, is really going to help you to become a better poster and to get you more engagement. So then what's a bad post? Oftentimes business owners or professionals make the mistake of posting a lot of personal information and stories on their channels that, while amusing to themselves, don't really attract the crowd. There's a fine line to be aware of. On one hand, posting a short story about how you were able to help a client in need is great. And on the other hand, telling the world how your cat threw up on your laptop bag may not be the best decision ever. That is a true story. We actually came across that one time where a business owner had posted personal information about, how they had had a rough morning. The cat threw up on their laptop bag. Their food was cold. Those are things you definitely do not want to share on your business page. You need to make sure that you're keeping your personal information on your personal page and your business information on your business page. Again, unless, of course, you're running a baby boutique, then you want to maybe post your baby pictures there by all means. But really consider your audience, consider what it is that you're selling, consider what it is that they're going to be interested in before you go ahead and post. So again, be aware that the too much personal information, the me. Also, this may sound like a no-brainer, but be careful with the rude or offensive language in posts. You want to make sure that you're not being too wordy or vague. You definitely want to keep it short and simple, you guys. Whenever someone goes on there and posts a big, long paragraph, people aren't going to read that. In fact, sometimes they'll hide you from their news feed because it's too much. It's too much information. It's taken too much of their screen, especially people that are on their mobile devices. So you want to be considerate of that. And then posting from sources that are your direct competition. So going to your direct competition's page or website and pulling content from there and posting on your own social channels is never a good idea. Plan out your strategy. So you have some great channels at your disposal, right? We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Pinterest, we have email, we have blogs, we have Instagram. Basically, we leave no virtual audience unavailable, but you need to approach them differently. Email is fantastic for promotion, information, and then directing your readers to more information on your website or your other social channels. So again, you're pushing the content directly to their inbox. Very important. Your blog is great for information where you're collecting contacts and you're boosting your SEO. So SEO is your search engine optimization. That is where, if someone searches on Google or on Bing for something that's industry related, that's where you're trying to get higher up on those search engines so that way a client will click on your links first. Facebook and Twitter are fantastic for engagement, promotion, spreading content, driving traffic to your website and to your blog. And it can all work together to bring in more contacts, more customers, and more cash. But you have to make sure that you have a plan in place so that the message you place into each channel does the job you intend it to do. Otherwise, you might end up with potential customers hitting a bunch of virtual dead ends. So we make that very simple inside of your eMerge account. You can go in there and pre-plan and schedule up to a year in advance to all your social channels, to your blog, even your email. So, maybe you don't have all of the content at your fingertips right now, or maybe you only have one time a month to sit down and create that plan. But eMerge is definitely the place to do it because really you get to set it and forget it, which is fantastic. We even have the option, and a few of you may already know this, but you can have those reports emailed right directly to you as a reminder to go in and see the detailed report. So again, even if you pre-plan ahead of time, you can set that reminder to have an email report sent to you. So again, really make sure that you're planning it out, you're thinking it through. You have so many options in every business. There's something to talk about. Again, we went over products. Keep that in mind. Your services, accomplishments, testimonials, staff bios, industry-related news. Just from those handful of topics, you could sit there and come up with something every day if you wanted to. And that's what we're here for, and we're here to assist you in doing that. So should you have any questions, please give us a call. We can help you with that strategy. So what you may have been waiting for is, when is the best time to post? So each channel has a different time and day that are optimal for posting and generating engagement. So let's touch on each of those. Email, which is still king, but not on Mondays and Fridays. Studies show that Tuesdays through Thursdays yield the highest open and click-through rates, and then mostly in the afternoon. So think about, when you get into your office or when you open up your computer and you open up your email, you usually have a flood of emails. And most people, what they'll do is they'll click through and they'll delete the ones that aren't of great importance, and then review the ones that they actually need to look at right away. So the best thing to do is really to look at your afternoons, usually right after lunchtime, because people are coming back to their desk and they're kind of have that time to go through and look at different emails. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays through Thursdays, and best time afternoon. Facebook. The best time for Facebook businesses to post on Facebook is between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Traffic tends to build up towards midday, but the peak time on Facebook has been shown to be around 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Weekends are also a hot traffic time. So again, if you don't have time, there's no excuse. You can actually plan it through your eMerge account and schedule it so that way you don't have to log in on the weekends to post. Twitter. Twitter users are like a little bit more consistent. So Friday is pretty much the only day where users are not engaging as often. But the best times to post are still between 1 p.m. through 4 p.m. After that, traffic begins to fade. So again, make sure that if you're going to post or schedule something through Twitter that you're targeting 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. every day is optimal, except for Friday. On your blogs. Blogging are almost the complete opposite of the social media counterparts. The peak time for blogs, and that's viewing, commenting, and linking, is in the morning between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Also, the day with the highest views is Monday, and the day with the most comments is Saturday. So what that tells me is that when people are coming to the office, they're searching for articles, maybe preparing for the week, whether that be personal or business. And so they're reading those blogs, they're checking them out. Saturday also with the comments, maybe on Saturday it's their downtime and they're able to have some more quiet time to actually read the posts. So consider those things when you're making your own blog posts. And again, same as the social pieces, you can use that towards your blogs. The product information and the service information, testimonials, industry-related news, all very important. Look at your results. So now I want to take everything that I just said, about peak times, you need to take it with a grain of salt, because no one has come up to the final consensus on what really is the best time across the board for any channel. The numbers are generalized. So if you're not going to look at your reports, those are the best times to send out social pushes. If you are, and what you should do is look at your results and see basically what is most successful for you and your business. So the best thing you can do is test it out. Try posts on different days, different times, and with different content. Then take a look at your data. What do the numbers tell you? Your business is unique and your audience is unique. So you need to follow the numbers and then you'll have success. So let's do that right now. So let me get X out of the PowerPoint and I'm going to pull up. I have the eMerge interface open as well as the Facebook interface, so that way I can show you a couple different places to check reporting. So if you are an eMerge client, you're going to log into your eMerge account. In the top right, you're going to see reports as well as there's a tab. Either way, they're both going to bring you to the same place. In this case, email reports. So let's look at that. If I look at my email reports, I can actually see the day I sent it, the time I sent it, the type of engagement I received. I know I've said this before, but just in case there's any new viewers on this webinar, 16 to 18% is considered a good open rate. So if you're experiencing that or anything higher, you're doing great, okay? The reason that that is a good open rate is because the only way that we can track and open, and it's not just we as an eMerge, any mass email provider, is because if they do not load the images or show images in their inbox, that does not count as an open. That does not mean that they did not read the email. If I'm on my smartphone and I am looking at the email and I'm reading it, but I don't take any action within there, so I don't click on a link, I don't click on any kind of link or call to action from that email, that does not necessarily trigger as an open in the report. So again, 16 to 18% is considered a good open rate. So looking at this, I can see the time that I sent it. I can see my latest open. So again, this was sent out on the 21st. My latest open was February 3rd. I can also go through, so 61 clicks on his Facebook page. I can view this and I can see the number of times they clicked on that link. If I go to the total open and I click view list, it's going to show me the date and time they opened it. This is going to really allow me to see what kind of engagement I received at certain times of the day. It looks like most of these people are opening within the hour of it being sent. So maybe this is the most ideal peak time for him to send his email. And again, by going to your email reports, you can go back to all the different emails and see, okay, well, this one I got a lower open rate, this one I got a lower open rate, this one I got a little bit higher, and really check and see what time those were sent to see when you got the highest engagement. As far as your social reports, in eMerge, we give you all of those as well. So coming in here, you're going to be able to see, again, an overall at a glance on how you're doing, but then you're actually going to be able to see all the different posts that you've made, what your virality was, what your reach was. So we provide all that information to you right inside of your eMerge account. If you log into Facebook and you want to go to your page, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to log into your personal profile. Then you're going to go on the left-hand side, you're going to see pages. So I'm going to click on a page that I manage. And then you're going to go to Insights, which is right here. If you do not see this, it's probably because it's hidden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide it and then re-show it so that way you'll see what I'm talking about. Maybe it's being a little slow. There we go. So if you see this when you come in, all you have to do is click the show button at the top right. So again, you're going to click on Insights. What this is going to do is it's going to show me all of my posts that I've made or that they've made, what their total reach was, the number of their engaged users, the number of people talking about this, and then the virality. This is very important and is key to your success when it comes to social pushes, okay? So when you're looking at these things, this is going to be your key, the virality. The higher the virality, the more engaging the post was. And what Facebook will actually allow you to do is if you click on virality, it'll actually reorder these and show you which ones had the highest to the lowest. So you get to go in, you get to see what the post was, and it allows you to really test it and analyze what's giving you your highest engagement. You get to see the date that it was sent, your reach, your engaged users, the number of people talking about it again. So it really allows you to be able to track and see what is your highest engagement social pushes to gain better success. Same thing here, you guys. You can come in here. You can see the post that was made. You get to see the stories that was created, the virality, the reach. And then on Twitter, we get to show your overall mentions for a specific tweet, which is nice because with Twitter, they don't really show you too much reporting inside of that interface, not much at all, actually. So being able to pull all that reporting inside of your eMerge account is really key. So wrapping it up, the hardest part about engaging posts is the execution. I'm sure that we would all agree. So that's why eMerge allows you to connect all your channels, plan out your strategy, schedule your content, coordinate your efforts, and measure your results. So all in that single simple platform. So don't let work hours restrict you from posting on weekends, and don't drive yourself insane trying to manage 20 different online channels at once. Let eMerge be the tool that really helps you do it. So if you have any questions, at this time is the time to ask. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to open it up to where that, if you guys have any questions, I can see the chat and the questions forum. If you could type your question, I see that people have questions. If you could type your question in the box. Again, if you don't feel comfortable asking questions on the webinar, you are free to email me either at webinars@easyemerge.com or support@easyemerge.com. We're here to assist you. All right, you got, here we go. I'm sorry. How often do you recommend posting? So that's a great question. They say that you shouldn't overpost, but I don't see anything wrong with posting once a day, at least for your business. All the channels are different. On Facebook, once a day for sure, I think is legitimate. Again, making sure that you're posting quality over quantity. So as long as everything that you're posting is valuable content, I think you're safe. On Twitter, it tends to be a little bit more fast-paced, so people tend to post or tweet more often. But as long as you're being consistent and you're sending out valuable information, it really is going to depend on your audience and what kind of engagement you're receiving. It's a great question. Any other questions? Okay, so the next question is, if I post without using your scheduler, can eMerge put the reporting information? So yes, whenever you have those social channels connected inside of your interface, we actually pull in all the reporting details for all of those social channels, even your Google Analytics. So even though you don't post through our interface, we actually can still track the engagement. Email, however, we do not track the engagement if you do not use our email service. Any other questions? All right, you guys. Well, I am going to thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys being here. Oh, I'm sorry. There was another question. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't a question. It was a comment. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next webinar. There is a list of them on our website at easyemerge.com under resources. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. And if you are interested in more information about what it is that we do, please email us at getstarted@easyemerge.com or give us a call to speak to one of our eMerge Interactive Marketing Specialists at 888-639-9323. Thank you so much and have a fantastic afternoon.